Alright, so we're going to be swapping out a, what's it called? A transformer, doorbell transformer. My grandma's house. I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm gonna try to find a good place to put the camera. I don't really know exactly how I'm gonna do it though. So we got right here the breaker panel. Right there. I'm just doing this out of my toolbox. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna start. We're gonna open the breaker panel up. And this doesn't have a prop rod, so we gotta use the vice grips to support it. Now if you have one of these older homes with these older panels, this is how you do it, just to prop it up. Now we take this little plate off here, which this is what actually holds this is the cover. There's the cover, and there's a transformer right there. So what we're gonna do, we first need to locate. I'm gonna take this off here. So you see that's our doorbell transformer. It failed. First thing you got to do, you're gonna shut off the breaker. That's going to. Now you can see the neutral ties into the neutral bar, and our hot, which is the red, pigtails into the breaker for the lights. So we're gonna shut the lights off. Just like that. Now the power is off to that breaker to the transformer. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take off these super old wire nuts. We're just gonna give it the old touch. There ain't no power. There's some really old wire nuts. I can tell you the quality of these wires. These wires are still in good shape. Yeah, wires are in good shape. So we're gonna take these off. And there's a transformer right there. Look at that beauty right there. Make sure we don't get shocked by anything. You can see you got the two wires. So, man, the quality of those wires is pretty good for a 40-year-old, 45-year-old home. I mean, these breakers aren't too bad. Someone's running. Actually didn't do too bad wiring this house up, I gotta say. I'm a little impressed with this panel. So that's your incoming power up there. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. Got some 10 gauge, got some 14.3, 14.2, standard stuff. Back then you could tell they used red as hot. So these red wires coming in here. Yep. So now what we're gonna do, we need to take off the transformer. So we need to get a flathead screwdriver. We're gonna take off the transformer. Good. I'm also gonna give you a pair of gloves in case I get zapped. By the way, if you're an electrician, these are not electrical proof gloves, but if you're an electrician, invest in some, especially if you're doing a lot of service work like this. Get you a pair of zap proof gloves. They'll benefit you a lot. So right now, you know, this is just a little around the house, you know, project that I need to do. So we're gonna take off the old, take off the wires here to the transformer. Making sure not to touch any of the components of the panel, of course. You know, you don't wanna get zapped. I've been zapped by this panel before. It isn't too bad, but definitely isn't something you want to be zapped by every day. There we go. There's our neutral. Let's put this on here. And there's our hot. Just like that. Now, it should just come off. Yep, just like that. There's our old transformer. from 1979. Let's see if we got a date on here. Nah, losers didn't put a date. Edward. Yeah, no date. Oh well, that's too bad. Well, here's our new transformer right here. So this is our this is our new one. So we're gonna go ahead and install it. So we gotta cut the stupid packaging off here. The new one has a ground. I'm not gonna hook the ground up. I don't know if you have to on these. The other one didn't have it, so I don't presume this one has to. And I don't even think this wire is gonna be long enough to hit the grounding bus bar. Actually, I think this house, they just mixed the ground and the neutral bars together. I'm not sure, though. I have to look up there. It's definitely not going to reach, though. That's for sure. So, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to just leave the ground alone. But you could see, so we got a little bit of a confusing situation here. So you got 24 volts. This is the load. I'm going to imagine this is the line. Yeah, I mean, let's see what the old one is. Yeah, 10 volts, 5 volt, yeah. So what we want is we want 24 volt, 20 volt VA. I don't know what that stands for. Volt amps. Yeah, so you can see the way they have this. So this is 24 volts. Ah, I see. So you get different voltages. So you can get a 4 volt or 14 volt. And you can get a 16 volt, an 8 volt, and a 24 volt. So if you want the 24 volts, you have to hook the black or the red and the red and the white on here, these edge terminals. If you want 8 volts, you hook your red on here and your white on here. And if you want 16 volts, you hook your red on here and your white on here. But like I said, we want the 24, so we're gonna be doing the 2 edge ones. So I understand how this works now. It was a little bit confusing at first, but I got the hang of it pretty fast. So we're going to be reusing the old wire nuts in there. Not sure if I'm going to get any hate for that or not. I hope I don't. I mean, the old wire nuts are fine. They are going to function. And I don't have any other wire nuts. So yeah, I'm stuck using those. Oh yeah, and then this ground that they give you, we're going to clip that off because, like I said, we're not going to be using the ground. So we're going to just throw it over there. Okay, so we're going to hook black to red. Yes, we're going to hook black to red. And we're going to hook white to white. Anytime you're doing panel work, it's always good practice to just shut the circuit breaker off. I'm not because, well, I just don't want to. I don't really want to deal with it. And yeah, these should be tight when you're putting these on. So, yep, make sure they're tight in there, not going to come out. All good. Now we have to connect these wires for the actual doorbell thing. So we can just kind of fabricate a bend in there. This is the white. This probably isn't the best video, but you know, I'm trying. Alright, and once again, when you're doing electrical, one thing you want to remember is you want the hook, the end of the J of your wire, you want that facing with the direction the screw is turning. The reason we want that is so that one, so that if an inspector comes and looks at this, that it passes inspection, and two, so that it wraps in the same direction as the wire, which is pretty crucial when you're installing a doorbell transformer or any kind of electrical. That's general practice. And then our red, once again with our red. We're just gonna re-bend that. I'm not re-stripping anything because A, I don't have strippers, and B, the wire is not, it's not all corroded. If the wire is all corroded, then go ahead and redo the wire. But right now this is okay. And yeah. And then that's it. Actually, we're gonna rewrap that white one because it's a little bit funky. I'm not too happy with the way that looks. You know, I have pride in my work, so we wanna make that nice, 100%. Like I said, be careful not to touch the bus bar that my hand almost touched twice now. But it's, you know, it's nighttime, I can't really see anything. So, yeah. Okay, all good. And then like I said, that neutral, or I mean that ground, not sure what we're gonna do with that because I don't have a, well, let's see. Do they just mix? Yeah, so they're separate bus bar. They look like they're just tied onto the same. Yeah, they look like they're the same. I'd rather, we're gonna just leave it alone. The way it was fine. And then, yeah, there's our wire. You know, it's in there. It's not gonna come out. And then same with that one. So now obviously, if you're a professional electrician, some things you wanna make sure of. A, you want to ground this. So what you would do is you would get a piece. Oh, this isn't even. So if you're in the field, you want this ground. You're gonna pigtail a piece of bare wire. You're gonna run it down. Obviously, you're gonna shut the main off. You're gonna pretty much cut the power to this panel so you don't get zapped. You'd run a piece of copper wire just straight down, pigtail it onto that green. These you'd use new wire nuts, and you'd electrical tape them. So, and then other than that, over there, that looks fine. So what we're now gonna do is we're gonna turn it back on, and nothing short-circuited, meaning I did it right. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab the little thing here, the little cover. We're gonna go ahead and put it back into place here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna slide it up, and you see the two little lines. We wanna slide it in there. And then grab this by the bottom, lock it back down. Actually, we wanna just leave it a little bit up because I know the way this panel works. And then, just like that. And then we let the panel back down, and then we close it. Okay, just like that. And then this is the old transformer. Now we're gonna see if our work paid off in about a second here because our doorbell would light up. You see a little white ring around it if it worked. So yeah, we'll check this out. No power. Wonder why. Oh, the screw's not even in it. The little safety screw. Oh. Worked. Nice. There we go. So lit up. And she's probably awake. I don't know. Anyway, it worked. So we're gonna have to set that up on the Ring app again, and should be good. Let's say replace a doorbell transformer. See ya.